Thursday.
Another
Liquid
Thursday.
lunch.
Every Thursday, liquid lunch.
That's
Except
right.
for last week, it was a Wednesday. And
Oh,
we were
that's
here for 5 something hours.
oh, nobody needs to know about that.
Oops.
That's our little secret.
So what are you having?
This is a Cartuccio White.
Cartucci what? I'm having the Arnis.
Oh, okay.
There's definitely a color difference, just
Right.
slightly.
The Arnis I thought a little bit fruity for me. The Cartuccio a little more Chardonnay-ish for me. But
True.
anyway, so here we are. What is it? Episode 1 of 1?
Episode 1. Episode 1 of hopefully many. We'll see.
We'll see. The liquid lunch. As I'm sure anybody watching this knows, you're John Galfano.
Yeah.
You're the fame behind the podcast.
I don't know about all that, but I do have a little YouTube channel that a few people watch and
A few 100,000.
engage with. Yeah, very cool. It's getting close to 300,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Another, I don't know, probably month or something. Probably should be there. We'll see.
Yeah.
See.
All is going well.
It's all good, man. I do want to I want to tell you about Paso.
Yeah. Yep.
So are you familiar with Paso?
Oh yeah,
Robles?
yeah. Yeah. My wife lived in San Luis Obispo. We got married in San Luis Obispo.
All right then.
Was there quite a bit. Used to fly the plane over there. Yep.
Bougie.
Ah, hey. Not that I'm, name dropping or anything.
Fly the plane.
There you go.
Good.
There you go. But before we get into that real quick, because I definitely want to do that, but this being episode 1, I thought we might do a little bit of background as to why the hell we decided to do this.
Go for it.
All right. So, well, what I thought was that we're here anyway. We've been doing this for a while. Show up on Thursday, drink more than we should, and stumble home. Back to our lives. And it's just kind of worked into a kind of a weekly thing. And I figured we're here. We actually have good conversations, which is odd when I'm involved. That doesn't normally happen, but it's worked out because you carry the load. And so I figured, hey, other people, especially people who follow you, might be interested.
In sort of the informal, casual conversation nature of what we do every single week.
Exactly. What I like to think of it as Frank talk with 2 guys not named Frank.
Who's Frank? That'll be our next guest.
There you go.
We'll get a Frank
We'll get
on.
a Frank in here. So I just figured, hey, we might as well record it and put it out and see what happens.
It's interesting, because Scott, for the last couple of weeks, has been like, we need to record this.
Yeah.
We'll get into these discussions that take a couple hours. We'll be here for a few hours. And it's just sort of nonstop banter about all sorts of different topics. And at the end of it, he's like, we should have recorded that.
Yeah.
And so here we are. So that's kind of, I guess, how that started.
That's
was
it.
Your idea to just...
That's it. I think of it as kind of like when I started back in college in my early 20s. I used to do a lot of reading, a lot of philosophy books, a lot of reading of philosophy. And I thought, I've been reading so much, I should probably get some credit for it. So I think I'm going to go back to school and get a degree in philosophy and get graded on all the stuff I'm doing anyway. Same kind of thing. We're here, we're talking, we might as well show it.
So my question is, did you get the philosophy degree?
Yep.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I learned something new.
Yeah. Exactly. Which means I can talk well, of course, also as a lawyer means I can talk any side of anything and not mean any of it.
That's true. So, little background on you then. You're a lawyer.
Right.
Where'd you go to school? What's your area of expertise?
All right, yeah. For those who don't know, and nobody watching this does, I was a bankruptcy lawyer for the last 20 years. I've done lots of different kinds of law, but picked the bankruptcy because, as I've said, that's the only area of the law where your clients like you.
Yeah, this is true.
I like being liked for some deficiency in my own personality.
Your clients like you. The other side probably wouldn't like you so much.
Well, that's the thing about bankruptcy. It's not particularly, litigious or confrontational.
True.
It's more of making the square peg fit in the round hole and getting through the process. The rules. Making sure that happens. It's not generally
You guys doing good?
Good.
Doing great, thank you.
It's not generally court stuff, fighting stuff.
Right.
So,
And I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know, a lot about bankruptcy and what's all involved. But people are in trouble, and you're helping them find a way to get out of their situation, get out of trouble.
right.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And that's basically what it is. Life happens,
Yeah.
and people find themselves sometimes by their own choice and sometimes not, as circumstances are what they are, and they need to start over.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I mean, it could be anything from obviously being super irresponsible.
which actually, yeah,
Yeah.
which happens, but actually not as much as a lot of people not familiar with it think.
Yep. Injuries preventing you from work.
Yeah, medical stuff, divorce,
all that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or right now, interest rates shooting up, so people can't afford their credit card payments anymore.
Oh yeah. I feel you though.
So that kind of stuff. Yeah. So done that for the last 20 years, and that's
That's your story.
that's the main. Yeah.
That's your
The
story.
main.
Right on.
And you have the real story though.
I really?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think so.
organically getting into YouTube based on your life circumstances.
It's funny. I was at a networking meeting last night,
Right.
and it was for the wedding professional, the wedding industry, and
Right.
and a prior relationship of mine, I was the second photographer. Every single wedding for
Yep.
a couple years, and I did wedding video for a short bit, probably for about a year. And I was kind of briefly telling some people last night the story because it was this networking thing for wedding people. Oh, what do you do? Well, I'm technically not supposed to even be here.
Right.
I'm no longer in the wedding industry.
Right.
But I've become friends with a lot of the people that were there.
Right.
So it's like, just come.
Right.
So
it's a pretty tight knit group, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Everybody knows everybody.
Everyone knows everyone. I did meet some new people, which is cool. And there was a speaker that was talking about reviews, Yelp reviews, and all that stuff on your business. How to get good reviews, how to deal with the negative reviews.
Yep. Oh, don't get me started on Yelp reviews.
And that's something that I don't have to deal with, which I'm glad I don't have to deal with.
Yep.
But I was telling the story, kind of a shortened version last night, to a videographer guy who I'd met once before, and he was asking about the YouTube channel because he knew, but he didn't know like the reason, like what happened and everything.
Right.
And it was basically that I want to say 2012, 13-ish. When I was in my early 40s, I had dropped like almost 40 pounds. So nothing in my closet fit anymore. I had to buy basically a whole new wardrobe. I mean, if you lose 10 pounds, things start to fit differently.
Mm-hmm.
Lose 40 and you have to start over.
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
And at that point, it was like, okay, if I have to buy a whole new closet, what do I buy that is cool but also age appropriate?
Right.
So once I kind of figured that stuff out, I started a little blog, just writing stupid little articles, spamming people on Facebook that didn't want to read me. Right? It's like, what's he doing? I started making YouTube videos.
Did you have friends and family wondering, hey, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there were close friends and family were, supportive.
Right.
But everybody else was just like, well, first it was spamming Facebook.
Right.
Right. And then someone said, you just need to start a blog. That's what I did.
Gotcha.
So it's like, if you want to hear what I have to say about this topic, I'll be over here on the blog website doing it.
Right.
And then I started making YouTube videos to drive traffic to the website. There's, a free giveaway, email capture, like I'll trade your, this style guide, the free download for your email. And so the YouTube video thing started to sort of take off a little bit. I was getting subscribers and views. I was like, well, what if I sort of double down on this and not make videos like once a month or once every 2 months? What if I did like 2 videos every single week? Because I had, heard of and was fans of other men's lifestyle channels on YouTube.
Right.
And I saw what they were doing. They were posting a lot. So it's like, well, what if I do two videos a week? And I committed to do 2 videos every single week. And shortly after that is when things took off. Because nobody, at least that I was aware of, was on YouTube talking directly to the 45-year-old guy.
Right.
Nobody. I was it. I mean, if
Right.
there were channels, they were small and they wouldn't reach my radar.
Right. Any idea what kind of the YouTube demographics were at that point? I mean, does
I don't.
kind of YouTube kind of skew kind of younger anyway? Us older people
I
are
yeah.
scared of newfangled things,
I don't know. Maybe that could be part of
especially
it.
back then.
And it was back then. But I think it was 2018,
Okay, all right, so that's pretty recent.
when I had sort of dabbled
Right.
on YouTube, and I deleted a ton of videos. I started on YouTube in 2014.
Right. Do you at least have the first one up so people can
No,
go back?
no, I took them all down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took them all down. I have some old ones. I think the oldest one might be 2015 or something,
Right.
maybe. But
Well, it's kind of inspirational, I would think. People go back and see your first.
I don't want anyone to
video
see that shit. So actually, I just talked about this in a video that I published a few weeks back, where I talked about the first videos that I made were me with braces, like adult
Right,
braces.
yeah.
Yeah, adult braces videos.
Yep.
About my journey with adult braces. Like, those were my first videos.
Right. Okay.
And it's like they don't. There's no need to have those on my channel anymore.
Right.
I mean, I could, re-enlist them.
Right.
They're there. They're just unlisted.
Right. Right.
I could make
So
it public,
if somebody goes in and filters by oldest first, what's the first one that comes up?
I think it's like a knit tie video.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a mannequin, and I put some clothes on this mannequin, and I put this knit tie on.
Okay.
I think that might be the oldest one.
Interesting.
Anyway, that sort of sprouted and grew into, a full-time
Right.
job, and it got to the point, sort of getting back to the wedding conversation, is I was too busy to do these weddings, because I was working every day during the week, and then I have to go and spend all day shooting this wedding.
Right.
In the, Temecula, California. It's hot as hell here.
Right.
And I sweat my face off, and then I've got to edit video, or I'm working 7 days a week. It's like, I didn't want to do that, and it was stressful, and I needed to be able to focus on my thing.
Right.
So anyway, that sort of ties this whole thing all together. But
Gotcha. All right. Cool.
yeah, man.
So when did you actually go full time then? Well, and first off, you were already self-employed, so it was a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Transition.
Yeah. I wasn't making that much money back then. I had some savings.
Right.
There's a video on my channel called "I Lost Everything," and there's some backstory there that kind of, talks a little bit about some of the savings and some of the money that I'd had that I burned through.
Right.
And I think that was 2018, is kind of when that crisis sort of happened, and that was about the time that my channel started to kind of pop off a little bit, and I had the guys from Menfluential Media, which is a marketing agency in the YouTube space. They had reached out,
right,
and wanted to start testing brand deals with me. At first, it was free products. We'll give you a free thing if you can make a video about it, just to let practice.
Right.
Which I had been doing anyway.
Right.
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 To start a YouTube channel, no one's paying you for your opinion. So it's like, well, what do I talk about? Well, I own this watch. Let me talk about this watch. Let's put a NATO strap on it and make that video. 3 ways to lace up a NATO strap.
Right.
Long-term Alan Edmonds shoe review.
Right.
How to wear a sports jacket. Like, what's the difference between a sport coat and a blazer, which people still get wrong to this day.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's like just easy, simple topics that you have around the house, your opinions on things. 5 ways.
Because you're putting in the reps. That's
putting in the reps. Yeah, pretty much putting in the reps. Like coming up with creative topic ideas, 2 or 3 times a week. Film it, edit it, and put it out there. And if people don't like it, cool. If they do, cool.
Right.
It's just and I did that for a couple of years. Didn't make anything for years.
Right.
Until I guess it was like late 18, 19 is when I started to get paid a little bit of money to promote these brands.
Right.
It's like, okay, this is cool. So, and then it kind of took off from there.
Right.
It just kind of snowballed. But yeah, it's been awesome. It's been, I couldn't ask for anything better that I can really think of. Right. I work hard. I play hard. I set my own hours. I work to the point where I can take a Thursday off and do this.
Right.
Anyway, it's pretty cool. It's
Right.
really
Well, it
it's
beats showing up at the office, Monday morning at 8 o'clock, and
true, which I did for my entire life.
right.
I worked at one job for 22 years,
Hmm.
the same place.
Hmm.
I had 2 jobs.
Wow.
Actually, I had 3 jobs. I started out, it was a energy systems manufacturing company in Seattle, up in
Okay.
Everett, Washington, actually.
Right.
And I was a dirty slob when I worked there. I was a painter, then I was a QC person at the end of a production line. And then after about 2 years, I moved upstairs and I had a desk job where I was a tech support customer service guy for the last 18, 19 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
It was horrible. I mean, it was cool. Great company, great people.
Right.
The president of the company was really personable, really charismatic. Nothing against any of the people.
Right.
It's just that I had,
for you, it wasn't a good fit for you.
and I had put in half my life.
Right.
I mean, I turned 40 there, and I started there when I was, I think, 20. I was 20. I turned 21, probably like 2 months after I started, and I left when I was 42, something like that.
Wow.
And I gave them half my life, and I got to the point where I was too old to take the type of abuse that I was getting from people on the other end of the phone.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not,
Right.
I can't, nope, no patience for this anymore.
Right. Right.
So, but at that point, it was 2008 had happened.
Right.
Everything was tanking. I had recently moved into a brand new position in the newly formed audiovisual department
Okay.
because they wanted to start making video content, specifically training videos. This is how you put the control unit in, and this is how you replace the thing. And so I started doing that. I did that for about a year. And then 2008 happened. 2009, things were still bad.
Right.
And then that department was no longer necessary. So they let me go,
Okay.
which kind of sucked at the time.
Right.
Because I was finally doing something that I enjoyed.
Right.
But I had to tell myself that this is what I wanted a year and a half ago because I quit. I went in.
This is a blessing, even though it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I gave my 2 weeks notice, and they said, "Whoa, wait, we're thinking about maybe this AV thing. Would you be interested in that? We know that you're into cameras and photography and video." And I was like, "Sure."
Right.
And anyway, did that for a year and a half, and then once I left, I was a freelance guy for them.
Okay.
I made twice as much money as a freelance that I did when I was working on payroll.
Right.
That happened. That lasted for about a year. Then that stopped.
Right.
They were like, "Oh, we can get." I think the president of the company had hired his nephew, who was doing skateboard videos.
Right.
And I guess they were pretty good. I never saw him.
Right.
He became the video guy.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's like every new mom gets a camera at Costco, and all of a sudden they're a family photographer.
They're a photographer, exactly. Yep.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. And nothing wrong with the enthusiasm.
Right.
I mean that's how everyone starts stuff.
Right. Absolutely.
You don't know what you don't know until you learn it. Put the reps in to figure stuff out.
Right. Well, and the funny thing with I think YouTube is like people watch the video and they're like, "Fuck, I can do that." So they hit record and then they realize, "Wait a second, this is a lot harder than it looks."
That's right. What was I forget her name. I want to say Amy Landino, but I'm not sure that that's her name. It's Amy something. Anyway, there's a book. It's called Vlog Like a Boss or Vlogging Like a Boss.
Oh, finally some mess.
Oh, the Misters just came on.
Hot fuck.
And in that video, she talks about, making YouTube videos and all that stuff.
Right.
My phone's going off. I'm going to put it on silent.
Right. Okay, unless it's important.
And in that book, she talks about making YouTube videos, how to start, how to, film and all that stuff. Right. And it was basically, which is 100% true, you're going to suck for a little while. Get those first 25 shitty videos out of your system while nobody's watching.
Right.
Right? Put the reps in, figure it out, learn, practice, watch yourself in the edit bay and go, "Oh my God, I look funny at that angle," or "Oh, the light should be better."
Right.
Figure that stuff out. And then once you hit your stride after like 25 or 30 videos, then things start to improve.
Yep.
You've got to get them out of your system.
Yep.
You can't upload one video and think that it's going to get a million views. It's
Right.
just rarely ever
Well,
happens.
you post your video, you set up your AdSense. Just wait for the money to roll in.
Right? Yeah. People will watch me. They got to find you first.
Right.
So yeah, I don't claim to know every single thing and all the ins and outs about YouTube and that whole space, but I know enough to sort of keep me afloat.
Right.
And keep me moving.
And what's neat about it is you didn't go into it to make money. You just said, hey, I this is stuff I'm learning about what to wear, and
Yeah.
now that I have to replace my wardrobe, and said, hey, other guys might need this.
Yeah,
And it grew from there.
I was aware. I was aware of money can be made there, but I didn't know. I didn't know really anything else other than that.
Right.
It wasn't a driving force. It was make YouTube content to drive traffic back to my website.
Right.
That was kind of how the whole thing started.
Right, and then sell stuff on the website.
And then it was because look, if you're, for example, say you are a photographer, okay, and you're at the top of your game or near the top of your game.
Right.
At some point, you become irrelevant. Let's just use wedding photography for a second.
Right.
If you're a 50-year-old wedding photographer, you can no longer identify with your clients who are 22,
right,
getting married. Like, what's TikTok? I mean, I'm generalizing,
right,
of course.
Yeah.
But at some point, even though you're great and people love your style, you get to a point where it just gets, the work is hard, it's difficult.
Yep.
You just sort of get aged out, right?
Right.
At that point, what do you do? What's your exit strategy? So what a lot of people are doing is getting into the education space.
Right.
They'll make little YouTube videos. What are the best settings on your camera for sunlight? What are the best settings on your camera for indoor?
Yep.
What are the flash settings, off-camera flash? Learn to use lighting. You learn to use diffusers and all other things. Make little pieces of content like that so that you can make some noise and people go, wow, this person really knows their stuff.
Right.
I think at that point, that's a pretty good exit strategy. You can start to earn a little bit of income. You give things away for free.
Right.
And then maybe direct them back to the website for your complete course.
Right.
Digital Photography 101 or something like that. Film 101.
Right.
Anyways, just little ideas of if you're an expert in something, you can gain an audience on YouTube. You just have to keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Good content and consistency.
Yep. Yep. Probably should mention that while not sponsored, we were told we need to mention Botaya several times.
Yes. Where are we? I've been talking a lot. Where are we?
Botaya Winery here in Temecula. It's a Italian style wine.
Beautiful, beautiful. We'll have to get some B-roll. And
I did get some B-roll already.
Nice.
That'll show up.
Very cool.
And anybody in the Temecula area, of course, come by. Or even if you're not, we get a lot of people from Orange County and San Diego and LA. Yeah. They come over here for wine tasting days and the weekends. Definitely Botaya.
One of the best primo experiences and wine in the Temecula Valley.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
I've been to pretty much all of them. There's actually a few I haven't been to.
Really?
A few little wineries I have not been to. Not many, but
right.
There's a couple small ones.
Well, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, we don't do 6 a day like we used to when we were younger.
No, sir.
So, all right. So Paso.
Paso was awesome. And by the way, there's a video coming out on Sunday.
Okay.
So it's actually.
And speaking of your videos, I almost wore my espadrilles today. Just since you didn't, you poo-pooed them on the video.
Really, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm getting some feedback.
All right.
So, bro, you need to just try them, man.
There's some guys that like their espadrilles, huh?
I know it. Maybe I just haven't seen the right kind or style. Someone said that there's a canvas version that I think he said I would like. Anyway, okay. I'm open to it. I haven't seen masculine looking espadrilles or huaraches.
Okay.
So
right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So anyway.
Oh, Paso was awesome. Anyway, so the whole thing about going up to Paso Robles was to pick up Bill's Corvette.
Right.
So Bill just got this brand new Corvette, and what the dealer said was the first 2023 C8 Corvette delivered in California.
Oh, wow.
The first one. And what else is crazy, he got that car in 9 weeks.
Wow.
Unheard of.
Right.
If you're watching this video or listening to this podcast and you're in the new Corvette world right now,
Right.
9 weeks is unheard of.
Wow.
I don't know what happened, if his order got bumped somehow, or if they made his a 23 instead of a 22.
Right.
Therefore, it went out quicker. I don't know.
Right.
9 weeks.
Damn.
He was like in it for like 6 months, it was supposed to say.
Right. Well, or they said, hey, this guy sold his McLaren and moved to a Corvette. He's a special guy.
Well, he's also bought like 30 vehicles from this one dealership.
All right.
Anyway, so we go pick the thing up. And what I wanted to do was to make a YouTube video out of it.
Right.
So, but I didn't want to bring my big old camera. So I go to Best Buy.
Yep. Thank you.
And I go to Best Buy and I buy a GoPro.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, the GoPro would be cool. Like, you can change the wide angle, the whatever. And it's got the...
stick it on a suction cup somewhere. And
yeah, the stabilization. You can walk around with it and it looks cool.
Yep.
And I'm going, cool, I'm going to do this whole weekend vlog about the Corvette, about wine country and Paso Robles. And I barely filmed anything. I was just so... And I suck. I'm not comfortable vlogging.
Right.
Walking around, holding the camera out, talking to it in full voice.
Right.
I'm not. That makes me really uncomfortable. I need to work on it. I know that.
If you were 15, it'd be no problem.
Right. It's just
you were raised to do that.
It's weird. I'm this old gray hair guy talking to a camera like a 15-year-old. What the fuck is this guy doing? So anyway, so I did get some footage. You'll see it in the beginning part of the video on Sunday.
Right.
Where the whole video is a Q&A. I answer questions from Instagram viewers, and it was really good. It was good. But so yeah, it was Bill's. We stayed at Bill's mom's house. He's got this really cool house on the top of this mountain.
Right.
There you go.
You're good.
Ooh, thank you.
I'll switch you.
Thank you.
This really cool house on the top of this hill.
That was in the Tascadero.
In a Tascadero, and you can see everything. He called it some mountain, but I forget what it is. Anyway, if I said it, you probably know it.
Right.
So we stayed there for 2 nights. It was 2 nights, Friday night. So yeah, Friday, Saturday night, and went and did the whole winery thing on Saturday. Got up early, went out and saw Justin.
Oh man, yeah.
It wasn't open yet when we got there. We kind of got an early start. I think we were there like at 10:30 in the morning, and they were setting up the tables. We could walk in and stuff.
Right.
But cool place.
So did you have any there?
No.
So you missed out on the isosceles then, huh?
I've heard of that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bill was saying something about that one.
The isosceles.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the whole thing up there is like they're giant oak trees.
Yep.
That you can't touch the oak trees.
Oh yeah.
Like the fence lines go around the oak trees.
Yep.
The vineyards go around the oak trees. Are they protected or something?
Must be.
Anyway.
Must be.
Really beautiful.
Yep.
I've never seen so many vineyards. I mean, Temecula's got some pretty significant land developed for just grape and fruit production, growing, but Paso is on a different level.
Right.
There's 10 times what's here.
Right.
20 times what's here.
Yeah. Well, I think Paso 20 years ago is kind of Temecula now. Because it used to be smaller and less, and then it just blew up.
And it's expansive.
Yep.
Everything is really spread out.
Yep.
Where here, it's like a loop. It's a big loop.
Right.
And then all the main wineries are on the loop or slightly off shoots, off of like little roads that go off of the loop.
Right.
Everything's easy to find here.
Yep.
There's places to stay here. It felt very country, rural.
Yep.
Kind of hard to navigate if you didn't get the right thing is Bill knew he knows the area.
Yep.
He was a sheriff deputy up there for many, many years. So that was his whole area.
Right. Right. All right. So after Justin,
Halter Ranch.
Okay.
Halter Ranch, very cool. They're coming to Temecula.
Really?
Yes, which is going to be, I think anyway, a really good thing for Temecula. And I think the lot right down here on the corner,
right
where the stop sign is, I think that's the lot that they're building on. Yeah, they've got architectural drawings. Everything's ready to go. They just need to break ground and start start going.
Apparently, I just need to get more on my Temecula Wine Guy thing, and
I didn't know. Well, they bought Hart Winery.
okay.
They
Right.
bought Hart, and so now you can, like, if you're a member of Hart, you can be a member out there, or vice versa.
Mm,
So Bill and I joined out at Halter Ranch.
right.
Beautiful building. It looks new. I think it's only been there for like maybe 5 years, I think. Beautiful building on a hill. Huge windows. Great. The Syrah is next level. It's really, really good. Really, really good. And then, so we tried to get reservations at Dow.
Right.
Have you been to Dow?
I've had the wine, but I don't think I've been to the winery.
You got to go. It's it's epic up there. I'll show you some of the footage that I got, or if you saw my Instagram, you probably saw some of it.
Yep.
So we tried to get reservations, couldn't. When you drive up, there's like this checkpoint sort of stand where they ask if you have reservations or whatever, and of course we're in the new cool car.
Yep.
We drive up, and Bill was like, "Well, we tried to get reservations, we couldn't." He goes, "Can I just go up and show my friend the view, and then we can turn around and come back down?" She's like, "Yeah, sure, go."
Right.
We go up to the top, and there's a parking spot. Pull in, get out, videoing, taking pictures of the view, because you can see for miles, miles and miles from up there. It's so, so beautiful. And then Bill's like, "Well, let's just go in the tasting room and just look around." Cool. We go in, and there's like a hostess stand. There's two women hanging out the hostess stand. I'm kind of just looking around, and they stop us and, "Hey, how's it going?" Or something like, "Can I help you with anything?" Or, "Welcome to Dow." And very nice. Asked if we had reservations. Said no. And she's like, "Well, is it just the two of you?" And we're like, "Well, yeah. We can get you in. Come over here."
All right.
Like, no, we don't have. We had to kind of go for dinner.
Right.
We had to kind of roll out. And so we had said, "Oh, that's so nice of you, but we just want to look around." "Well, here, have a glass of wine while you walk around." So,
Damn. There you go.
it's super cool. Very, very nice people up there. So we each got a little glass of sparkling. Walk the grounds. Unbelievable. They've got these like soft couch cabanas that overlook the side of the mountain. It's really, really, really nice up there. Yeah. Tasting room. The facility looks really nice. What else did we do? We did the next day, Tobin James. I think that's kind of a staple.
Yep.
And then Sculptera.
Don't know.
That's way out.
Must be new.
And,
Well, new since I've been there.
Okay.
It's been 12 years probably,
Okay.
or close to 12 years since I've been there. 10 years anyway.
This one's interesting because they have art sculptures all around the entire property. Like big monumental sculptures.
Right.
Really, really cool.
Right.
Yeah, it was a good time. Super good time. I will definitely go back.
All right. Any lady contact there?
No. No.
Oh, it was a real sausage fest, huh?
Oh, I mean, there was couples everywhere and
Right.
women everywhere, but I didn't hook up with anything.
I had to ask.
Well,
Single guy.
well, here's the interesting thing. Bill has a brand new little dog. It's like this tiny mini Maltese thing,
Okay.
and it's so small. It's a little bit bigger than my phone.
All right.
It's like this little thing.
Right.
So him and I are walking around wineries
Oh,
carrying a little dog.
that's right.
We
You guys are special friends.
look probably like
Yep.
we were together.
Yep.
So and I, which is funny. So we're at Dow, and there's lots of pretty people everywhere.
Right.
So behind me, there was this Asian lady, really beautiful, really nice dress. She had silver hair. You could tell that she like dyed it or colored it silver, like they're doing now.
Right. Right.
And she was taking pictures of herself, and I turned around and kind of smiled at her, and she smiled like because she was embarrassed. And then we kept walking, and then Bill and I stopped to look at the view. She came up behind me, and I kind of moved out of the way, and I'd said to her, "I love the silver hair."
Right.
She goes, "Oh, thank you, yours too," or something. And I said something else, I think maybe about the dog, or she said something about the dog, and I said something back. And she goes, "You guys are cute." What? Great. So this is how Bill and I looked the whole time.
There you go.
Sure.
There you go.
Unbelievable. Whatever. It is what it is, man.
There you go. There you
Yep.
go. That's hilarious.
Yep.
Oh well. Well, well.
It was a good time, though, man. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going back. The other thing I'm looking forward to, sidebar, we need to pick a Saturday in July
Okay.
to come back here to Botaya and do the blending lab.
Yep.
I got Sean and his wife Carrie Ann that want to go. I was just with them on Tuesday
Right.
at Taco Tuesday.
Right.
Dwayne and Wendy, they want to go.
Okay.
I'll find someone that wants to go, and we'll just all
Yeah.
go to the blending lab thing.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm looking for. Oh, just real quick, Botaya does a blending lab where I think I've never done it, but you taste single varietals. You taste Merlot, you taste Syrah, you'll taste a Cab, and then I think anyway that you figure out what you like about each one,
Right.
and then you can do your own custom blend in a bottle.
Yep.
They put your like special label on it,
Awesome.
and that's your blend.
Right.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
doing that.
I'm all over
That's
that.
gonna be fun.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that.
We should make a video about that.
Yeah. Well, and when we walked through there at your meetup, it was like,
Yeah.
man, we got to come back and do this.
Totally. Yeah, because I don't think any of us had done it before. Like,
No.
I've heard about it, but I've never even seen it. So, yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
Did you like the meetup?
Oh, it was awesome.
Cool.
It was great. I mean, a lot of guys from all over showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys and their wives,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and significant others.
Yep.
Which was great.
Yep. So
Wasn't it was there was a good turnout. Wasn't too small. Wasn't too big.
it was just right.
Yep. Yep.
We had like 20, 22 or something like that.
Yep.
I think something like that.
Yep. Yeah.
Very cool.
And then went to Altísima and
I'll tease them after
Drank even
that
more.
and had a lot of wine and broke some bottles or broke some glasses.
there was damage. There
A
was
little
carnage.
embarrassing, but I can go back. So
There you go. So it wasn't too bad.
I wasn't blacklisted, which is nice.
There you go. There you go. Nobody me too'd you there, so that'd be cool. When do you think you might do another meetup?
Oh,
Maybe
man,
end of summer?
I don't even know. Yeah, maybe this fall. Yeah, I should probably try to do another one because there were a lot of people that had reached out saying I can't go, I couldn't make it.
Right. It's a bad weekend.
I'll
whatever.
be there at the next one.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. Let's do another one this fall.
Yep. Yep.
Because it'll be nice. It'll be still nice here.
Yep.
It's always nice here. If you're listening or watching and you have not been to Temecula, California, this is a pretty cool little gem out here.
Yep.
And we talk all the time when we're here and looking at this amazing view, when we're sitting here on a Thursday afternoon, having a glass of wine, like, I can't believe this is in my backyard.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so many people who don't have this.
Mm-hmm.
We take it for granted almost.
People get on airplanes to come see this. And
crazy.
We can be here in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Ride the bike down. Be here. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible little spot.
Yep. Yep. For sure.
And I talked yesterday on the Q&A about, trying to buy a house. And someone asked me about my goals the next 2 years. And it was, I want to buy a house. Like I want to buy a place. But, I don't know. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Rates are
over 6%
going up.
today.
Been 6% today. Oh, fuck that.
I just for my blog on my office website, I just posted today. I did ran some numbers, and my office is in Bakersfield, so that's kind of where I focused on. And the median a year ago today, the median house price in Bakersfield was the sale price was like $318,000. At the interest rate at that time, your payment would have been about $1,200, not principal and interest.
Sure.
Not counting escrow.
Sure. Okay.
As of today, the median house price is like $378,500.
Okay.
And at 6%, your payment's $2,200.
Jeez.
So the same house 1 year later is an extra $1,000 a month. Almost doubled in the monthly payment.
What I want to know, to change the subject a little bit, staff.
Right.
Everyone is hiring. Everyone seems to be having staff shortages.
Yep.
And I mean, we're seeing it out here, right? for example, the Ponte Inn, which is the sister winery to Botaya.
Right.
They've got a cool boutique hotel, and underground, they've got the Cellar Lounge.
Yep.
Which is an amazing little sexy kind of speakeasy
Yeah,
sort of
it's awesome.
vibe. But the hotel over there also has a swimming pool.
Right.
They had to close the cellar to provide staff to the hotel guest
Right.
at the pool. So now you can't go to the cellar. I want to know, 3 years ago, pre-pandemic,
Right.
all of the people that were working in the service industry, hospitality,
Yep.
where are they now? What are they doing now?
Right. Yeah.
Because
they're not in hospitality anymore.
right, is it like everyone figured out a side hustle online and everyone's doing their own working from home situation? Is that really what's happening?
I don't know, because most of those people, that kind of work, obviously you can't do from home.
Right.
If that's your skill set, that's your experience. Unless you're starting over from scratch, and I'm sure there was some, but I mean, not everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to take that experience somewhere. But where the hell are they?
I don't know. It's like it's so crazy that everybody's hiring. Like if you need a job right now,
Yep.
just take your pick. I think.
Yep. I think so.
Yeah.
Which is also interesting because layoffs are starting to happen. A lot of companies are starting to lay off.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I actually there was something I saw on NBC about a bunch of big companies laying people off.
Tesla cutting 10%, Coinbase cutting 20%. A lot of companies are if they're not laying off, they're at least slowing down their hiring.
Mm.
Which is because I mean everybody sees it coming. There's a recession coming.
Shit.
There's a slowdown.
Huh.
So
better just sort of hang out with what I've got.
Right.
Pretty much just sit tight for the next probably year.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, interest rates right now are just over 6%, thanks to the 75 basis point increase yesterday from the Fed. And so, which means mortgage rates go up. People can't afford the payments for new houses. They can't buy. Housing prices start to come down.
Yep.
In a couple of years, when you're ready to go, you're golden.
All right. We'll see.
You got interest rates back down. You got prices down.
Mm-hmm.
You're good to go. Which means, aren't you glad you didn't move to Vegas like you were talking about?
Yeah, I thought about it. I don't know. I mean, I'd still be renting something. I'd be pretty much in the same position I am right now. I'm renting a house here.
Right.
I'd be renting a house, or like a high-rise condo. I was looking at high-rise condos.
Right.
In
That'd be
Vegas.
cool.
They had some pretty cool spots, but I couldn't. It was when I was looking, like almost a year ago, things were moving really, really fast.
Right.
Really fast. So I couldn't make an appointment to go see something a week from now because it'd be gone.
Right.
So it was really difficult to try to lock in a place or see places from California in another state.
Right.
So I would have had to spend a week in Vegas looking at places and either do you want it, yes or no,
Yeah, exactly. Be right.
and then apply for it.
Yeah.
And do I even get it?
Right.
So
Right.
a high rise would be kind of cool.
Right.
I think there are sort of trade-offs, pluses and minuses of living in something like that.
Yep.
Obviously, the view is phenomenal, but no space.
Right.
I've got 3 bedrooms. I don't really need 3 bedrooms, but I've got 3 bedrooms.
Right.
I need a place to film, spread out my shit a little bit. But anyway,
Yep. Well,
yeah, we'll see.
Well, and the thing for Vegas for me is it's like if you're not on the strip or if you're not downtown, it's just a big city.
It's just
Like
exactly
any other city.
yeah,
And fucking hot.
but everything's cheaper.
Okay.
Everything's cheaper.
Okay.
Everything is cheaper,
Okay.
which was appealing.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll see. The cool thing, we were talking about this the other day. The cool thing about what I do is I can do what I do from anywhere in the world.
Yep.
I mean, realistically,
Yep.
I need a PO box. I need a place to film, and I need good, solid internet.
Right. Are you too old to go digital nomad?
Dude, yeah, I don't think so. If I was, maybe 25 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, I'm too old for that shit.
Right.
I need
a home base.
I need a home base and some comfort.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, not that I'm bougie or anything. I mean, maybe I am, but I need. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what places look like over there or anything, but Yeah, it's kind of. I need a home base, something comfortable.
Right. Right.
But you could probably find that in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Costa Rica or anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, and that's for better or for worse, kind of your situation. You're single, no kids,
Mhm.
self-employed, work from anywhere. That's the catbird seat right there.
I don't know. It may look like that from the outside looking in, but I see the point.
That was kind of all I had. Just kind of first time intro, hang out. Well, my biggest fear was that after all these months and months of showing up and drinking and talking, that once we hit the record button, we turn boring as shit. We got nothing to talk about. That was a concern.
We always have. We cover ground.
Yeah.
I think we were pretty tame today.
Yeah.
We've covered some pretty salacious topics in the past.
Yep. That's for sure.
Yes.
And probably will at some point.
Yeah, let's do that. Next episode 2 will be salacious.
Ooh, that's some pressure though.
I know. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, maybe we can't put that out yet.
Right. Well, and next week I'm kind of figure the schedule because
Actually, I won't be here next week.
okay.
I'll be in Seattle.
Okay. All right. Which is fine because we're doing this thing Monday and Tuesday that I can't talk about. And then Thursday, Friday is VidCon. We'll be at VidCon.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So nothing next week.
Okay.
Which is good. I mean, that gives us time to do a little editing or whatever. Put this out, but then that's bad because that means I have extra time to do that.
Sure.
And as Tim Ferriss says, the length of time it takes to do something is directly related to the amount of time you have to do it.
Oh, yes, of
So
course.
if you have 2 hours, you'll get it done in 2 hours. You have 2 weeks, it'll take 2
It'll
weeks.
take you 2 weeks to get it done.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Absolutely right.
Oh well. But
Cool.
yeah, so it's cool. Bataya, wine, and that's good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so if you guys like this little sit-down fireside chat, actually not fireside, vineyard side.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's hot as hell out here. Does that
It's
count?
it's supposed to be 90 today. It feels like it's almost there right now.
Yep.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this, let us know.
Yep.
Come back for another episode, and yeah, we'll definitely do it again. Thanks for stopping by.
Adios.
Cheers.
All right. So here we are with Nick
Oh, what?
at Bataya.
What's up?
B-roll.
I'm
Now-
here every day.
There you go. Nick is going to be a recurring character.
Yes,
So check back and get more Nick.
That's right. And when you come to Botaya, request Nick.
Unless
For
he's
sure.
stuck in the
unless I'm stuck in another room.
Unless there's somebody prettier, which there are plenty of more pretty
yeah.
people.
Yeah, no, it's a good beard, but I might go with
It is.
you know,
Yes.
So
I'm about to shave mine.
who sets the schedule? Who sticks you back there?
The manager.
No, we're not naming names.
You can if you'd like.
Do you
We
want
don't
to go
have
out
the
on
name.
YouTube?
The manager.
The manager.
The
Yeah.
manager.
Yes.
So do you have any pull? Can you say, hey, it's Thursday, don't put me back there?
I sure can. Yeah, I sure can.
All right. Well, next week we're not here, but in 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Definitely make that happen.
All right.
All right. Adios.